Yes. Okay, there. We are recording. It is Wednesday, September 6th, and this is the new BOD Squad team call. Um, Tonight we are going over the BS we tell ourselves as to why we are not being successful in this business. So let's see. Let me make sure everybody is muted really quick. Okay, just scrolled through everybody. It looks like everybody's muted. So the number one excuse that we tell ourselves of why we cannot work this business is I don't have enough time, right? How many of us have used that excuse? I don't have enough time to use it. How many of us have heard that excuse? I don't have enough time to work this business, right? And how many of us have used that excuse? There's been different points in our life, different, we go through different seasons. Any of you that watched my live video today, one of the truth bombs that I dropped was, and this is one of my favorite things to say, instead of saying, I don't have enough time, I want you to say, it's not a priority. Okay? So anytime you are thinking about the business, thinking about working the business, saying like, I don't have time to do it tonight, whatever it might be, all those dreams, all those ideas, all those things that you are trying to build for yourself with this business, I want you to say, it's not important to me. So it's not important to send my daughter to horseback riding lessons. It's not important to me to be able to pay for jujitsu for my kids. It's not important to me to help take some of the pressure off my spouse. It's not important to me, instead of I don't have enough time. Okay? Another thing is, are you spending your time in the wrong activities? So we have what we call IPAs and NIPAs. So those are income producing activities and non-income producing activities. So are you spending your time on income producing activities, like sending out messages, like doing your personal development? Or are you spending your time on non-income producing activities, like scrolling through Facebook, like constantly looking for who you're going to invite? Or are you making a list of people that you're going to connect with that day so that you have something that you're working from, right? We should all be making a list every single day via paper and pen, Excel, Teamsy. You should all have a list of people that you're working from every single day, right? You should know who you're messaging that day before you wake up. You want to make sure that you're paying yourself first, okay? So it's easy to do the easy stuff, and the hard stuff is the stuff you always end up avoiding. And the hard stuff is always the important stuff. So my husband and I joke about it. When I was in college, some of the guys at a local university, instead of studying for their finals, they like literally painted the inside of a closet because they were trying to avoid studying for their finals so hard that they painted the inside of a closet. So my husband will look at me and he'll go, are you painting the inside of a closet right now? And so that's kind of like our thing. Like when he doesn't want to write an OER or whatever it is for work, I'll say, are you painting the inside of a closet right now? So, that's the easy stuff to do. But the hard stuff is sitting down, messaging people, putting yourself out there to get rejected, which nobody on God's green earth likes being rejected, right? None of us sit here and say, I want to message 10 people and have 8 people of them tell me to. Nobody does that, right? But it's that stuff that's going to make the income for you, okay? Let's see here. And are you doing everything else because you're afraid to put yourself out there and be vulnerable? Because you're afraid to be told no? And that's a question you have to answer for yourself, guys. I can't fix this for you. If you're not willing to put yourself out there and, ask the hard questions and make yourself vulnerable, you're going to struggle. I'm just being honest with you guys, okay? The number 2 excuse that we tell ourselves is that we're talking to enough people. Okay, you're probably not, because I can tell you I'm not, and I probably send out anywhere from 10 to 30 messages a day on average. On average, I'll send out 10 to 30 messages a day, but I'm still probably not talking to enough people. All right. So use Raina Odell. I think it was Raina Odell. No, it's Amy Silverman's. Miranda, help me out. The radius thing.
3 foot rule.
Yeah, the 3 foot rule. So if someone's within a 3 foot radius with you, you talk to them about something. All right. So something that was actually really, really cool, that I actually was in the pet shop this weekend, and I saw a girl, and she just looked just adorable, right? And she had the cutest, she had a little V-neck top on that I've probably looked at 1,000 times on Facebook, and it said adult-ish. And I said, yeah, I love your shirt. And she said, you know what? I was totally going to talk to you because I just watched your Facebook Live video. We're Facebook friends. And I never would have had a conversation with that girl had I not I never would have realized that we were Facebook friends. So then I got to come home and be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for telling me that that's who you were, blah, blah, blah. And I got to connect with that person. That's a connection I never would have made had I not put myself out there to just say, I love your shirt. Like, how hard is that? Okay. So something, you know, we all have the Josh Coates thing. We've all been very diligent in our Josh Coates, you know, adding 10 new people, connecting with 10 people a day, blah, 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 blah. It's a lot, you guys. If you are trying to send out 10 invites a day, your head's kind of going to explode. And you're going to run out of people. I'm just being honest with you. So something that I actually, and this is all, again, from the Get Over Your Damn Self book, but it's the 5-3-2 method, okay? So message 5 new people, follow up with 3, and check in with 2 existing coaches or challengers. 5-3-2. 5 new, 3 follow-ups, 2 existing. Now, if you don't have 2 existing to follow up with every day, guess what? You got to add those 2 to something else. Okay, so you have to add those 2 to your 5 new people. But if you're getting 50 likes on your post, that's 50 people you should be having a conversation with. That's a very simple conversation. We've gone over this 110 times on these calls. Hey, you came across my newsfeed, just wanted to see how you were doing. How hard, like, I get it that it's making yourself vulnerable, but you're not messaging them saying, hey, you came across my newsfeed and you need to join my group. No, you're messaging them just because you want to be a good person. I started a conversation with somebody who lives down the road from me, who was leaving packages on her doorstep. And I said, you know, I posted in the community watch page, I said, hey, this house is a package on their doorstep again. Should I go and move it? She messaged me and said it's a decoy package for people to steal. You know, it's like full of dog poop or something. It was something silly. I'm serious. Like, that's how bad theft is around here. But we started talking, and then I was in control of the conversation, right? Because you're always in control of the conversation. So I'm getting a little bit off topic, but I feel like this is very, very important to tell you guys. So she messaged me because I was just a nice person and just said, hey, there's a package on this chick's doorstep. Should we do something, you guys? She messages me, says, don't worry about it. Then we continue to have this whole conversation. So then our conversation kind of dried out a little bit. And I said, you know, I saw you the other day and you had like the cutest workout tank on. Where did you get it? That was legit. I saw her. She had a super cute workout tank on. She said, I got it from Runner, blah, blah, blah. It was on sale. I said, oh, are you a runner? She said, oh, no, I totally need to get back into it, though. Boom. You're mine. Now I've just opened the door for a fitness conversation, right? But I didn't come out the gate with that. So, and then I ended up finding out that she's a Coast Guard wife. I ended up finding out that she's brand newly married. You know, she's 160 pounds. She's 5'6". She wants to tone up, blah, 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 blah. I found out all this information from her because I kept sharpening the pencil, right? I said, have you ever thought about joining one of my accountability groups? You know, I know you know what I do. All you got to do is scroll through my feed like half a step and you can see what I do. Sharpening the pencil. Keep sharpening the pencil. She's not joining this challenge group, but I can almost promise you she's going to be on one of these calls. Okay? So another issue that you have with talking to enough people is, are you following up with the same people over and over and over again? Okay, if you are using Teamzy, which I can't recommend highly enough, I love Teamzy. You guys know I have like a huge affair with Teamzy. go into the tab and it says business, and you can scroll through and see who you've invited to a free group, try the shakes, challenge group, all those things. You can, business opportunity. You can see who you've invited. I want you to scroll through and see, are you inviting the same people? Are you following up with the same people over and over again? If you are, you have a problem, okay? Because you can't just keep following up with the same people over and over again, because one, you're gonna drive them banana sandwiches crazy, and two, they're probably not gonna commit. You should be following up with these people once a month. So you go initial invitation, 2 days later, 1 week later, 2 weeks later, then monthly. Boom, 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 monthly, okay? So you should never have the same person just recurring on your thing. And one hard question to ask yourself, and this is a self-evaluation one, and this will tell you where you're at with the business, is how many times have you presented the business opportunity to someone this week? Because you can't just keep having retail sales over and over again, you guys. We're not Shakeology slingers here, right? When you start to create a residual income is when you start, or when you start building your team is when you start creating that residual income and teaching other people how to do this. Every single person that is on this call right now has been a coach long enough that they should be comfortable presenting the business opportunity to people and teaching other people how to bring their circle into our fold, right? Whether they be through challengers or business. I've recruited enough people. That's number 3. That's the number 3 lie that we've told ourselves. I've recruited enough people, okay? So I don't think there is anyone on this call that has recruited 30 coaches. I don't think there's one person, whether you've recruited 30 and lost 30 or recruited 30 and lost 25 or whatever it is, I don't think there's anybody on here that's recruited 30 coaches. And even 30 coaches is not enough to make you a 6-figure earner, right? It's not enough to make it so that you can quit your regular job, okay? So if 30 coaches was enough, we would be hearing about a lot more rock stars in our business, right? So you need to, the top producers recruit at least 100 people in their first 2 years of the business, or in a 2-year period. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to be in your first 2 years. If you're already through your first 2 years, if you're already through your first 5 years, in a 2-year period, they recruit 100 people. So that's 25 people every 6 months. And we've told you guys this 100 times. This is funny. You're going to hear this. It's 25 people every 6 months, 4 people a month. It's 1 person a week. You're recruiting 1 person a week into this business. And that is when your numbers will start to pop up. That's when your paycheck will start to pop up. And that's where you'll start to see it. Okay. The number 4 lie is I'm being coachable. Okay. So guys, if every single one of us on this call was being 100% honest with ourselves and said, I am being 100% coachable, we all would be seeing a lot more success than we are right now, okay? Because there are so many times where I will see a leader coach do it and I'll be like, I know a better way to do that. I'm not being coachable. I'm not taking what they're giving me and saying, yes, okay, I'm going to take that and run with that. I can tell you that the post-summit thing that Christina, Miranda, and I all went to, I did maybe a day of it, maybe a day, maybe 2. I'll give you 2. But I didn't follow through with it, and I can tell you for darn tootin' that Julie Boris and Danielle Natoni are a lot more successful than I am. Now, why didn't I listen to what they said? Because I wasn't being coachable, okay? Number 5 reason that you're not successful in this business, you've got a runner already. You've got a rock star coach underneath you already, and you said, I'm good. I got a rock star. I'm good. Now, I don't think anybody on this call has a rock star coach underneath them. I'm telling you this because I like how Levi like randomly turns the camera. Just nope, I'm agreeing with you. But when he doesn't agree with me, he puts the camera down and he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. So he's taking notes. I love it. I have seen coaches that attract a runner and they stop. They get out of phase one, right? Because they say, oh my gosh, I've got this amazing runner, and they start pouring all their love and all their heart and all their everything into that runner. But I mean, really, guys, if you have a runner, they don't need all your love and time and energy, because they're going to run whether you're there or not, because they're a runner, right? But it's safe. Again, we're safe. It's safe for you to say, I'm going to stop putting myself out there. I'm going to stop recruiting. I'm going to stop letting myself get rejected. And I'm going to pour all my love into this one runner because they need it. No, you're doing what's safe. Okay. Number 6, I can only sell the products. Okay. That's not true. Because if you have been in this business a week, if you have been in this business a year, if you have been in this business 5 years, you can attract people into this business as a business opportunity. You can. And if you are not comfortable talking about this as a business, you need to do some soul searching and say, do I not believe in this as a business? Because if you are insecure talking to somebody about the business opportunity, then you haven't fully committed to it. And I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. There were times where I was like, oh God, it's like a pyramid-y thing. I don't want to talk to her, but she's a lawyer. She doesn't want to do this. Guys, one, don't prejudge, but that's down a little ways. But guys, this is seriously the fastest, simplest way to make money. Truly, it really, really is. All we're doing is talking to people, right? So, and are you leading with the products, with the P90X, with the Insanity, with the Shift Shop, with the Shakeology, with the Performance Line, because it's easier than asking somebody to join you in your business? Is that, what you're doing? So I'm not saying you should not fill your challenge groups. I'm not saying that you should not invite people with the products, but I'm saying that in order to create that residual income, you have to be building your team. Okay. Number 7, I don't have the right network. So this goes to, don't prejudge people, because you owe people the respect to let them make their own decision on whether or not this is for them, right? So at least respect people enough to say, hey, I've got this opportunity. And people that have the right network are the people that have enough guts to put themselves out there. Those are the people that have the right network. Okay, not the people that know somebody, or not the people that live somewhere or whatever. All right. Number 8, I don't want people to run away from me when they see me in the stores. Good. Because I don't want people to run away from you either. All right. But why do you think that reaching out to people, telling them about this, is going to bother them? What is it that you're doing that you feel is going to make someone uncomfortable? Does that make sense? So you need to look at the way that you're presenting this if you think you're going to be bothering people. Because I will, like I said, I'll invite somebody 2 days later, a week later, 2 weeks later. Usually on my like about a week, maybe 2 weeks later message, I'll say, listen, girl, and if I haven't gotten any response, I say, listen, girl, I don't want you to feel like there's any pressure at all. I am not here to pressure people. I am here to offer them information so that when you're ready, I'm the girl you come to. Okay? So I always take it right off the table. I don't want you to have any pressure. Okay? But I want you to understand You have a gift with this business. Do you know that, like, I heard when I was in Vegas that Bill Gates actually said that it would have been faster for him to make his fortune in network marketing than the way that he did. Like, I mean, really? He's like one of the richest people in the entire world. And he is saying that network marketing is the fastest way for you to make an income. So again, think highly enough of people that you're going to offer them this gift and let them make their own decision. Okay. Number 9, I don't want to work from appointment to appointment because I'm going to seem pushy. Right? So you don't want to work from message to message or call to call or coffee date to coffee date, or you don't want to say like, hey girl, I would totally love to stay here and chat with you, but I've really got to run. I've got a conference call. You don't sound pushy. You sound professional. You sound like you're working this as a business. And that's what this is. Okay? Number 10, this should be easier. No, it's not. I never said this was easy. I said it was simple. It's not hard. It's simple. Okay? But by no means is this easy, because we get rejected constantly. We get beat down constantly. We get told that like we're crazy and you're the crazy shake chick and whatever else, right? But it's simple. We know what we need to do, right? Press a play, drink a shake, read a book, talk to people. That's it. That's it. Okay? So what I want you to do, I want you to think about this. I want you to work every single day like there is someone else that's working 24 hours a day to take your prospects away from you. So the people that you're waiting to reach out to, I want you to think that someone else is working 24 hours a day to reach out to them from It Works or whatever it is, right? And Miranda and I actually had that conversation where I said, okay, I want you to think about, and I mean, it's just an activity that Miranda and I did, but I want you to picture in your head right now, I want you to picture like your leader, the person, and this is a real person, right? So this isn't an avatar, but this is somebody that you like, it kind of makes you sick to your stomach a little bit to reach out to them, whether it be about the products, whether it be about the business. And you know, we all know who this person is, right? So raise your hand if you've got that person in your head. Anybody else have that person in their head that they're like waiting to reach out to? Okay. Lindsay, Michelle, Levi. Okay. Now, I want you to imagine I just messaged them and I followed up with them enough that they joined under me instead of under you. How pissed are you right now? Okay? So yeah, it's super frustrating. It's super annoying. Now, we're all in each other's circles, so there's a very good chance that I could message somebody that you were messaging initially, and I followed up with them enough that they came and joined under me. Okay? That's frustrating. And I'm not saying that's something that I would do, but there are other MLMs out there, and they're going to do it, guys. Because if they are a rock star, like you're thinking they are, they're going to end up doing something like this. It's just a matter of what, right? So, number 11, I'm not a leader. I don't think of myself as a leader. And guys, I can't teach that, because that's something you have to believe in yourself. That's something that you have to say, all right, I'm ready to step it up. I can do this. I can run my own challenge group. I can take the tools that I've been given. I can invite people. I can do this. I can invite people to the business. That is something that you have to have that belief in yourself. Number 12, I'll screw up. Yeah, you're gonna. Okay? You're gonna. You're gonna screw up 110 times, and you're gonna learn from them every single time. Number 13, it's saturated where I live. How many times have we heard there's too many Beachbody coaches? Because They're doing it wrong. So I was talking to this Coast Guard wife, and I said, oh, I actually work for a company called Beachbody. They make P90X and Insanity. I'm sure you've heard of it because so many of us Coast Guard wives are involved in some sort of home business. She goes, oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Right? And they kind of get that tone. Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Right? And you say, oh, no, I know. My response always is, oh, I get it. Trust me, I get it. There's a lot of people out there that do this, and there's a lot of people out there that do this wrong. I don't. And that's what I always tell people. I say, I don't do it wrong because fitness is something that's in my blood. Fitness is something that I love. And I love what I'm doing. All right. Let's see here. And also, it's saturated where I live. Seriously, guys, with social media, give me a break. Like, I mean, Alex is in Japan right now. Like, guys, we have people from every single time zone right now on this call. So with social media, there's not an excuse for this. All right. So a couple questions I want to ask you guys. Do you want to look back on your life? And this is a rhetorical question. Do you want to look back on your life and know that you were fearless or that you lived a life of excuses? So are you constantly making excuses as to why you can't work this business, why it's not going to work for you, why you can't be successful in this business? Or are you jumping in and saying, you know what, I'm going to screw up. I'm going to say the wrong thing. I'm going to seem pushy when I don't mean to seem pushy. I'm going to vomit everything all over everybody, but I'm going to try. And I'm going to jump in and I'm going to give it all I have. All right. When you make excuses, you're really just scared that you're not going to be good enough, or that for some odd reason, something in your past is telling you that you're not worthy of success. And that's where personal development comes in. And that's where you have to get over your own mind stuff. All right. So 3 things you need to be successful in this business. You need hunger. You need to be coachable and learn. You need consistency and be willing to get uncomfortable. And you need resilience because you need to keep going no matter how many no's you hear and how many disappointments you get. You need to keep flipping over the rocks, right? All right, homework. Top 3 mistakes you've made so far in this business and what you've learned from them. And what are the qualities of a leader? What do you think are qualities of a leader? And that's it. I'm done. So hopefully that was helpful to you guys. I see a lot of heads still down, a lot of people still writing. So I hope that was helpful for you. I'm going to go ahead and post the recording in the group. We've got a little bit more than 5 minutes. Anything, any questions, anything anybody wants to touch on? Yeah, Elena? I'm trying to unmute you. Okay, there.
There we go. On the homework, what was the second thing?
What are the qualities that you think a good leader has?
Okay.
Yep. So, and Elena and I got into a conversation today, and I asked her, I'm like, you know, are you spending time doing the income producing activities, or are you just scrolling through Facebook? Because I would notice, like, I would post something and it would be like, ting, 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 ting. She would like it. And I was like, seriously, girl, there's no way you looked at all of those. Because they were in like 3 different groups. And I was like, is she just following me around social media? But I mean, I love when you guys like my stuff. I love when you guys see my stuff. I love when you guys comment on my stuff. But guys, that's not making you money. It's not. I want to help you guys to make money. All right? Yeah, Kyle, what's up?
Hey, okay, you
Yeah.
unmuted me. In regards to TeamZ, I did the trial run for TeamZ and was okay with it, but then I was trying to bring in my contacts from Facebook and attempted numerous times and it never worked. Like Facebook said, yeah, we got the email that you wanted to import your contacts. We're working on it, but then they never would send it. Like tried it 3 times.
Did it
So
go into your junk?
I looked in junk. I looked everywhere.
What I would do is Teamsy has an amazing support staff. So I would reach out to them. I've reached out to them multiple times. And they're really, really awesome at getting back with you and answering your questions and helping you with stuff.
So is it worth $30 a month?
Absolutely. That's one challenge pack. I can tell you that, without Teamsy, I probably would not hit Success Club monthly. I just wouldn't. It has kept me so much more organized. I mean, people will say, follow up with this person. I'm like, I don't know who that person is.
Okay. Because that's what I've really struggled with is A, who to contact, and B, are these systems worth it? And, and Michelle and to you and whoever else wants to is, and I talked to you about this in New Orleans, is I struggle with knowing what to do and how to move forward, and I'm still struggling. So I'd like counseling. Can anybody be my counselor?
That's what
Do you-
Teamsy does, is if you can, when you set it up, you can input your goal. I want to make this much money. I want to make this, I want to coach this many people a day. And it will literally tell you have 3 coaches to contact. You have 26 contacts to contact. You need to reach out to prospects. And it will give you templates. Not that you want to send an exact form, but you can cut, copy, paste out of the templates, edit them a little. So you're for, hey girl, just following, and then you can save your own template for like things you say a lot, so you're not retyping kind of basic conversation starters.
Okay, awesome.
Alex had a question. I'm sorry, she raised her hand. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was saying I couldn't get it to work with my Facebook either, but I've been using it through my contacts and then just adding in conversations with Facebook people if I don't have their email. So
cool.
It took me like 4 or 5 times of trying to export all my contacts before I finally got the email.
Okay, I'll try again then.
Yeah. Lindsay, what did you want to say, darling?
I was just going to go back to what Kyle was saying when you said the 2 questions, like, is Teamsy worth it? Yes. I did the free trial and then I paid for like 3 months and used it pretty consistently. And then I would say probably June or July, I was still paying for it, but I felt so overwhelmed that I just felt too far gone and I couldn't keep up with what I was doing. So I started going back to pen and paper, and that caused me to be even more overwhelmed. And I'm such an unorganized person, and Teamsy, I will pay the $30 just to keep my head on straight. So if that says anything, I will say that Teamsy is definitely worth the money. And I think it's very common to feel like you don't know what to do. And I had this epiphany today when I was listening to the National Wake Up Call. And I told this to my team too, that there's so many different coaches out there and we all do things differently. And Crystal, when you said are you coachable? Are you doing what all the successful coaches do? I think there's definitely some truth to that. Like, you need to try out things that you know are working, like success leaves clues, as they say. But at the end of the day, what I've had to tell myself is I can't do it all. I can't do every type of free group out there. I can't do every type of gimmick or whatever, because it doesn't work for everyone, and you're just going to look like a hot mess if you're just flailing in all different directions. So if you feel overwhelmed, I would just say pare it down to whatever, if you're even there yet, to whatever you feel attracted to and it has worked for you so far. Don't feel like you have to do every single thing.
Yeah, I'm not a free group girl. I suck at them. I'm absolutely horrendous at free groups. I don't like doing them. I don't like running them. I hate them. It's not my jam. And so instead, I send out samples to people. I sign them up for the 2 weeks of Beachbody On Demand. I follow up with them every single day. And then I sign them up with Beachbody On Demand. Yeah, Miranda, what's up?
Okay, I know we've got a minute left. But you said that you were going to look, and you thought that the 2-week free trial thing was going away with the introduction of Clean Week. Did you dig into that?
As far as I know, it's still there.
Okay, cool.
Yep. All right, guys, thank you so much for all your time tonight. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that it was beneficial. And I will talk to you guys soon. All right. Bye, everybody. Good night.